Good morning all. This is Deepika Gupta, Assistant Professor in MIT Meerut. Let's start with my first lecture of Database Management System. Database Management System is a very important subject in terms of GATE exam, UGC NET exam, or for the BTech students. All the major MNCs companies ask the question on DBMS. So let's start with the Database Management System first lecture. So we start with the before we start with the database management system. First of all, we should know what is database, what is data. Then we will go for the database management system. So first of all, I will tell you what is database. So database is a collection of related data, and the data is a collection of facts and figures that can be processed to produce information. So database is a collection of interrelated data, means if we want to store the student data, that student database should contain the data of the student only, not others data. For example, if we talk about the railway, Indian railway data, Indian railway database consists of the passenger details, all the train details, what is the fare of the trains, so etc etc. These are the information that will include in the Indian railway database. But if we talk about the student data, several informations are stored, like a roll number, student name, student address, which course he or she has opted. So if we talk about the student data, that data contain only the student data, that does not include the data of the inter-railway data. So that is the example of the perfect database data. Next, we talk about the data. So data is a basic raw facts and figures. So data can be a audio, video, text, any kind of data, any kind of basic facts, that is called the data. So database consists of 4 elements like data, relationship, constraints, and schema. I have already told you what is data. Now I will tell you what is relationship. Relationship represents a correspondence between the various data elements. Like if we talk about the student database, then there is a relationship between the student name and its roll number, because roll number is associated with the name. Okay, then that is called the relationship between the student name and roll number. If we talk about the relationship, like student and the teacher has the relationship, student and teacher has the relationship, like student is taught by a teacher. Which teacher, or what is the name of the teacher? That is the relationship between a student and a teacher. So these are the relationship that represented by the database. Second one is constraints. Constraint are predicates that define current state of data to be stored in the database. For example, if we talk about the student roll number, so there is a constraint that student roll number should not be a null or a duplicate value, because roll number identifies a student, that is a unique attribute. So it cannot be a null or it cannot be a duplicate value. So that is the constraint that is applied on the student's roll number. Next is schema. Schema is the overall design of the database, that is called the schema. Like if we talk about the student database, or if we talk about the university database, so in the university there are so many schemas are there, like for the university, student schema, faculty schema, department schema, library schema. So there are, for etc etc, there are several examples of the schemas. Now let's talk what is database management system. Database management system is a set of programs that controls creation, storage management, and retrieval of data in the database. Now I will tell you what is DBMS. So DBMS is basically a interface. is basically a platform that is used to manage a database, that is used to manage the information that is stored in the database. So if we want to access the data in the database, we need the DBMS, database management system. So for example, DBMS is a collection of software programs that allows the user to define data types, structures, constraint, store data permanently, modify, delete the operations. So several operations are performed on the data, like what we have to retrieve, what we have to store, how to retrieve, how to delete. These are the operations that is applied on the database, and these operations are applied with the help of DBMS, that is a software. So DBMS is basically a software used to add, modify, delete, select data from the database. So in a simple word, DBMS is a collection of interrelated data and software program to access those data. So now clear what is DBMS? So DBMS basically a software that is used to store the data in the database. There is example of DBMS software like Oracle. Oracle is a tool of Oracle company. MySQL is also a tool of Oracle company. IBM DB2. This DB2 is a tool of IBM. So there are several tools that is used as a DBMS. So we will use these tools to do the query, SQL queries. So these tools are used for the database, DBMS, database management system. There are several applications of DBMS, like it is used in corporate, airlines, hotels, banks, college, railway, reservation, telecommunication industry, data mining and libraries. So as you all know there is always requirement of a DBMS, because we have to store lots of data, and for storing that data we need a database, and to manage that database we need a DBMS, database management system. So there are several advantages of DBMS, like there is no redundancy in the database, there should be a data consistency. Consistency I will tell you later what does it mean. Mass data storage, centralized access. Centralized access means we store in a server. Actually DBMS is a client server tool. So we store the data in the centralized server, and from that server several people, several clients can access that data. That is why it is called a centralized access. Next is automatic backup possible. Next is data recovery possible, integrity constraints, easily updation and fetching of data. So these are the advantages of DBMS that provides the various functionality. Now I will talk about what is the difference between a DBMS and in the file system that is used in 1950s. So what is file system and what is DBMS? Now I will correlate that. So basically file system was an early attempt to computerize the manual filing system. File system may use a storage device such as hard disk. So it used the storage device as a hard disk. So characteristics of file processing systems are like each file is independent from one another. Each file is called a flat file. Files are designed using programs in programming language like C, C++. So it is a group of files storing data of an organization. So there are several disadvantages of file system like data redundancy and inconsistency. I think you should know what is data redundancy. Like same information is duplicated in several places. That is called a data redundancy. Like let's take the example of data redundancy and inconsistency. The address and telephone number of a particular customer may appear in a file that consists of saving account records and in a file that consists of checking account records. The data redundancy leads to higher storage and is cost that may lead to data inconsistency. For example, a changed customer address may be reflected in saving account records but not in somewhere in the system. So what is this? This is called the inconsistency, because if we are changing the phone number in the saving account record, but it is not reflected in the it does not reflect in the another account, so that is called the inconsistency. If we are updating the phone number in a saving account, it should be updated in another account also, so that lead to the inconsistency of the database. Next is integrity problem. Like, integrity problem is the data value stored in the database must satisfy certain types of consistency constraint. For example, a balance of a bank account may never fall below rupees 2500, suppose. Developer enforces this constraint in the system by adding appropriate code. So, however, when new constraints are added, it is difficult to change the program to enforce them. So, we can't change the new constraint. So we can't change the old constraint and add a new constraint. That is the integrity problem. Next is atomicity problem also is there. For example, consider a program to transfer rupees 5,000 from account A to account B. If a system failures occur during the execution of the program, it is possible that 5,000 was removed from the account A but was not credited to account B. So that result in an inconsistent database state. सपोज करो आपने क्या किया है, आपने सपोज करो अकाउंट ए से आप 5,000 रुपये ट्रांसफर कर रहे हो किसी दूसरे अकाउंट में, अचानक से बीच में क्या हो जाता है, फेलियर आ जाता है, तो आपके अकाउंट से तो आप डेबिट हो गए हैं लेकिन दूसरे अकाउंट में क्या नहीं हुए हैं, वो क्रेडिट नहीं हुए हैं, तो दैट लीड्स टू द इनकंसिस्टेंसी प्रॉब्लम. और एटोमिसिटी प्रॉब्लम क्या कहती है, आइदर ऑल द ऑपरेशन ऑफ द ट्रांजेक्शन इज कंप्लीटेड और नाइदर ऑफ देम. सो अगर आपको क्रेडिट आपके डेबिट हुआ है तो वो क्रेडिट भी होना चाहिए, अगर डेबिट हो रहा है और क्रेडिट नहीं हुआ तो वो आपकी जो ऑपरेशन हुए हैं वो आपके क्या हो जाएंगे, रोल बैक हो जाएंगे, वापस आ जाएंगे इनिशियल स्टेट पे, तो आपके पैसा क्या हो जाएगा, दोबारा से रिफंड हो जाएगा. सो बट इस फाइल सिस्टम में ये क्या हो रही थी, प्रॉब्लम आ रही थी. दैट इज कॉल्ड द एटोमिसिटी प्रॉब्लम. नाउ सिक्योरिटी प्रॉब्लम. नॉट एवरी यूजर ऑफ द डेटाबेस सिस्टम शुड बी एबल टू एक्सेस ऑल द डेटा. For example, in banking system, payroll personnel need to see only the part of the database that has the information about the various bank employees. They do not need access to the information about the customer accounts. But since application programs are added to the system in an ad hoc manner, it is difficult to enforce such integrity constraint. So there is a security problem. So everyone can see the each and everyone's data. So that is, we should see the data of which is required to that person or which is meant to that person. That should be seen. But in this way, in this security problem, what is arising कि कोई भी किसी का डेटा देख सकता है, कोई भी इसमें security constraint लगा ही नहीं है. So this is the security problems. So there is a difference. What is the difference between a DBMS and flat file system? So DBMS is a collection of interrelated data, and we use the software to access those data, but in the file system it stores data in a plain text file. So records are specified in a single line. Data redundancy, there is a data redundancy in a file system but not in DBMS. There is a disadvantage of DBMS in a cost. DBMS software is very costly. If we compare with the flat file system is not as much costly. So this is the difference. So we mostly large organizations use DBMS as it is very secure, non-redundant. So there is consistent. This is the features of the DBMS. But flat file system is used in a small organization. Views are created and employees can't see all the information available. That is called the security. Or in the flat file system, any information can be seen by anyone. So this is not secure at all. So this is the main difference between our DBMS and the flat file system. So DBM, now I will tell you, I will conclude the DBMS concepts, that DBMS एक टाइप का सॉफ्टवेयर है जो कि किस लिए यूज होता है कि ताकि हम क्या कर सके, जो हमारे डेटाबेस में जो भी हमारी इंफॉर्मेशन स्टोर है हम उसको क्या कर सके, रिट्रीव कर सकते हैं, स्टोर कर सकते हैं, उस इंफॉर्मेशन में चेंज कर सकते हैं, और वो किसके थ्रू हो रहा है, हमारे DBMS सॉफ्टवेयर के थ्रू हो रहा है. सो इट इज बेसिकली अ इंटरफेस बिटवीन अ यूजर and the